Miles of golden sand. Pyramids rising from the barren desert. These are the images we often picture when we think of the ancient Egyptian civilization. Why did the Egyptians choose to build in a desert? How did they survive? The answer begins with a river. The Nile River is the longest river in the world. 960 miles of it run through Egypt. Every year in July, the Nile waters would begin to rise and flood the banks. When the waters receded, the flooding left behind rich black soil, perfect for farming wheat and barley. The grains were ground into flour to make bread. The grains were used to help feed the cattle, so important to Egyptians for hauling heavy loads, and for milk, leather, and sacrifice to the gods. The Egyptians built their homes on the border between the farmland and the desert. They didn't want their houses underwater when the Nile began to rise. They needed every inch of the fertile soil for growing food. The Nile provided water to drink, water for bathing, fish to feed their families. They harvested the papyrus from shallow marshes. They made paper and clothing. The gifts of the Nile were plentiful. The ancient Egyptians were skilled shipbuilders. The waters of the Nile provided transportation for pleasure and for trading. Wealthy civilizations are often threatened with invasion. Surrounding nations want to conquer them, steal their riches and natural resources. Egypt was protected from this threat by their geography. The ancient Egyptians called the deserts to the east and the west the Red Land because of their burning heat. They kept outside armies away from Egypt's territory. To the south were the Nile's dangerous cataracts, areas of shallow, rocky whitewater rapids which blocked enemy boats from reaching Egypt. In the north, the delta marshes offered no harbors for invaders approaching from the sea. Because of its geography, Egypt rarely faced threats. As a result, Egyptians focused their wealth on their many construction projects. Egyptian civilization was able to grow and prosper for thousands of years, leaving behind a legacy of monuments and art that give us a picture into the past.